Welcome to ATW's Friday Night WhackDown, bringing you all-time wrestling's non-stop action, coming to you live from the Catching Arts Arena. And your commentary team tonight is me, Richard Tugger, and me, Stats Nerdy Man. And what a show we have in store tonight, Stats. What's happening tonight, Tug? Well, Stats, we are deep into the Golden Ropes tournament now, as only 4 contestants remain. Rob Van Dam, Kurt Angle, Brian Pillman, and the British Bulldog. But it seems the British Bulldog has asked to open the show tonight, as he has a message for Brian Pillman. And he's already in the ring. Hey up, Brian Pillman. It's me, British Bulldog, wrestler. Now I've been watching you, Brian, and that's a bloody cheat. I've seen the cheating for the last few weeks, using turnbuckle and all stuff like that. It's not good, Brian, and I'm not going to stand for it. British Bulldog ain't going to get cheated out of his win. Nah, a lot of people like to say British Bulldog ain't that smart, that he's a bit of a dim bulb. But do you know what? I'm proper clever me. So what I've done, Brian, is I've sent a message to mysterious WhackDown general manager, and that way you're not going to be able to cheat, and it's going to be me who wins when I pin you, Brian. 1, 2, 3, just like that. And do you know what else I've been told? That your little friend Matt Cardona is banned from ringside, so you'll have to take on the Bulldog all by yourself, pal, and I don't think you can stand up to 300 pounds of British beef. Well, I'm not sure what the WhackDown general manager is thinking, appointing Matilda as the second referee. It seems like he's making fun of the Bulldog's request. What are you talking about, Stats? Matilda is the British Bulldog's pet. She loves him, and if anything, she's gonna be biased in his favour. How on earth could she be biased in his favour, Tug? She's a dog. Oh, don't talk semantics to me, Stats. This is yet another example of the WhackDown general manager trying to mess with Brian Pillman and stop him from getting that championship he so rightly deserves. Alright, Tug, if you say so, I do say so.
And just before we go to our final match of the silver bracket, let's remind you, ladies and gentlemen, of what happened between Rob Van Dam and Kurt Angle in that unbelievable semi-final matchup, where Rob Van Dam really put on a show with all his high-flying moves. Another fantastic performance. And with his brawl value of 2, he scored a 9, putting Kurt Angle in a serious predicament. While Kurt Angle, also with a brawl value of 2, scored an 11, putting RVD in the ankle lock and making him tap out. What an incredible display it was of high-flying risk-taking by RVD versus the precision technical wrestling of Kurt Angle. But in the end, it was the Olympic champion who came out as the winner. And that means Kurt Angle will move on to the golden bracket, the finals of the Golden Ropes tournament. And he will be taking on either Brian Pillman or the British Bulldog. And that match is coming up next.
Well, this is it, Stats. This is the match to determine who will take on Kurt Angle. And as you can see, folks, Matilda is out here at ringside with us, ready to do her duty as the second referee. Ladies and gentlemen, the following match is scheduled for 1 fall. The winner will advance to the Golden Bracket finale of ATW's Golden Ropes Tournament. Introducing first, with a maximum health of 15, and a maximum stamina value of 15. Making his way through the crowd, he is the loose cannon, Brian Pillman.
And this hoodlum is jumping on our announcer table.
And introducing his opponent with a maximum health value of 16 and a hand size of 15 cards. He is the British Bulldog.
And while the official prepares the cards for this match, let's hear from our sponsor, Shattered Ice Gaming. Shattered Ice Gaming brings you board game reviews, playthroughs with a thematic twist, and unboxing videos, as well as a few other miscellaneous videos too. You can subscribe to Shattered Ice Gaming, leave comments and likes on their videos, and you can even become a channel member. Thank you, Shattered Ice Gaming, for sponsoring WhackDown. Oh, and the British Bulldog comes right out looking for the atomic drop. And he's looking for a 2 to hit with that. And he gets a 5, dealing 2 damage and gaining 2 momentum. What a start for the Bulldog. Now he's looking to follow that up with a running clothesline. And that's a great combo. It's going to be devastating if it hits Pillman. And he needs a 4+ to hit. Oh, but what's this? A reversal by Brian Pillman, costing him 2 stamina, but dealing 2 damage to the Bulldog and gaining Brian Pillman 2 momentum. And now Brian Pillman takes the initiative, but that was a very early use of his reversal. He might regret that later. And now Brian Pillman looks to open up with a knife-edge chop. And that's going to cost him 1 stamina, and he needs a 2+ to hit. Oh, and the Bulldog looking to adapt to that knife-edge chop. If the British Bulldog had 7 or less health, that would add 1 to the target roll for Brian Pillman, but the Bulldog has more than 7 health. Oh, and what an impact that knife-edge chop makes. And it connects with the Bulldog, dealing 1 damage, but because of that adapt card, the Bulldog will recover 1 health after the attack, and so it does no damage, but Brian Pillman does gain 1 momentum. But Brian Pillman is looking to combo that knife-edge chop into a tornado DDT. Oh, what a combo. And that's going to cost him 2 stamina, and he needs a 4+ to hit. Oh, and Pillman is struggling to get the Bulldog into position for that DDT, so he's going to discard a punch to re-roll his attack die. Oh, but the Bulldog powers out of that tornado DDT, and Brian Pillman misses, meaning he will have to shuffle that tornado DDT back into his draw pile and draw a replacement. And he draws a power slam. And the British Bulldog takes the initiative and goes for a snap arm drag. And he needs a 2 to hit with that. And he gets a 3, and that deals 1 damage and gains 2 momentum for the Bulldog. And Brian Pillman draws a card as his defender's compensation, getting an Irish whip. And now the Bulldog climbs the turnbuckle to the top rope, looking for a flying crossbody. And he needs a 3+ to hit with this. Oh, but he gets a 1. He completely misses. Oh, the Bulldog bounces right off the mat as Pillman rolls out the way. Brian Pillman scrambles back to his feet, gaining the initiative and looking to capitalise on the Bulldog's mistake. As the Bulldog struggles back to his feet, Pillman goes for a chop block, costing him 2 stamina, and he's going to need a 3+ to hit. Oh, and he smacks him right in the back of the knee, dealing 2 damage to the Bulldog, and gains 2 momentum for Brian Pillman. The chop block has the cannon icon, and so will trigger Brian Pillman's unpredictable ability, gaining him 1 charge to his unpredictable special ability. Oh, and the Bulldog is down, writhing in pain, and Brian Pillman takes the time to taunt him, and that regains 1 stamina for Brian Pillman and gains him 1 momentum, and he gets to draw 2 cards, getting the Neckbreaker and the Air Pillman. But the British Bulldog regains 1 health while Brian Pillman wastes his time taunting. It is not a waste of time, Stats. He is letting the Bulldog know who is the better man. And now he's picking the Bulldog up, looking to set him up for a suplex. And that costs him 1 stamina, and he's going to need a 3 to hit. Pillman smashes the Bulldog to the mat. What an impact from that suplex. Dealing 2 damage, and gains Brian Pillman 2 momentum. Oh, and Brian Pillman is a real loose cannon. And now Brian Pillman uses his loose cannon ability to roll 2 dice, and he's hoping for that 9. Oh, but he gets an 8, just missing out on that extra point of damage. But he does gain 1 extra momentum and add another charge to his unpredictable ability. Pillman picks the Bulldog up again, looking for a big power slam. And that costs Pillman another 2 stamina, and he's looking for a 3 to hit with it. Oh, and what a power slam. Brian Pillman is really manhandling the Bulldog in this match. And that deals 2 damage to the Bulldog, and gains Brian Pillman 2 more momentum. Oh, he really is showing us how much of a loose cannon he is. And as he goes for that loose cannon ability again, he will roll 2 dice, once again looking for that 9. Oh, but once again, he comes up just short, getting an 8, getting him that 1 extra momentum, and adding the 3rd charge to his unpredictable ability. That's the thing about Brian Pillman, no one can predict what he is going to do next. And with the unpredictable ability fully charged, that means all of the Bulldog's signature moves and his finisher are going to have +1 applied to their target roll. Well, it is Brian Pillman's unpredictability that makes him so hard to hit with those powerful moves. And with that job well done, Brian Pillman takes a well-earned rest while the Bulldog writhes around on the mat. And that's going to allow him to regain 3 stamina, but the Bulldog recovers and takes the initiative, going for a drop kick. And he needs a 2 to hit. Oh, and he just gets it with a 2, dealing 1 damage to Brian Pillman and clawing back 1 momentum. Oh, and the Bulldog is pulling out his finisher, the running power slam. That is a massive move, Stats, and the Bulldog could put Brian Pillman away. And the Bulldog would need a 6 to hit, but Brian Pillman's unpredictable is fully charged, meaning it applies +1 to his target roll. So he actually needs a 7. Oh, can the Bulldog even hit with that? Well, that's a good question, Tug. It doesn't seem to say in the ATW rules whether a roll can be modified to be higher than 6, so we'll have to go to our official for a ruling on what the target roll is. The official has given his verdict that a roll of a 1 is always a miss, and a roll of a 6 is always a hit. So the Bulldog can hit with this move if he gets a 6. Oh, but he gets a 5. And that unpredictable loose cannon Brian Pillman escapes from that running power slam. And he takes the initiative, looking to capitalise as he goes for a neck breaker. And that's going to cost him 2 stamina, and he needs a 3+ to hit. Oh, and what a neck breaker. The Bulldog's neck bouncing right off of Pillman's shoulder. And that deals 2 damage to the Bulldog. Brian Pillman gains 2 momentum. Oh, Brian Pillman is looking unstoppable now as he combos that neck breaker into the Air Pillman. And that's a square combo, so it's going to reduce his target roll by 1. And as he's unstoppable, it will reduce his target roll by a further 2, meaning Brian Pillman only needs a 3 to hit with his finisher. And that's 2 stamina well spent. Oh, but the British Bulldog reverses the Air Pillman. And that reversal deals 1 damage to Brian Pillman and gains the Bulldog 1 momentum. And then the Air Pillman is shuffled back into the draw pile. And Brian Pillman draws a replacement, getting a kick to the gut. And now the Bulldog seizes the initiative, and he's looking to capitalise on that as he sets the injured Pillman up for a chair drop. Oh, well, this is a hell of a move by the Bulldog. If he draws a 6, that'll trigger his pure power ability, and that will mean the chair drop does 2 additional damage, but he needs a 4+ to hit. but because it's a signature move, Brian Pillman's unpredictability means he will need a 5+ to hit instead of a 4. Oh, and he gets a 1. Oh, Brian Pillman rolls straight off the Bulldog's shoulders, getting himself out of that chair drop. And Brian Pillman seizes the initiative, but he is exhausted and he is taking a moment to rest. And he'll use that opportunity to draw another card, and he gets the DDT. So the British Bulldog retakes the initiative and he goes for a body slam. And he needs a 3 to hit with that. Oh, and he slams Pillman right into the mat. What an impact. And that deals 2 damage to Pillman and gains the Bulldog 1 momentum. And as his defender's compensation, Brian Pillman will regain 1 stamina. And now the Bulldog looks to follow up that shattering body slam with a scoop slam. And he needs a 3+ to hit with this. Oh, he gets a 4, scooping Pillman up and smashing him straight back to the mat. And that deals 2 damage to Pillman and gains the Bulldog 2 more momentum. And as his defender's compensation, Brian Pillman is going to draw a card, and he gets a missile dropkick. And now the Bulldog looks to follow up that scoop slam with an armbar. And the Bulldog needs a 2 to hit with that. Oh, and he gets a 2, locking in that armbar. Oh, Brian Pillman's arm must be in agony. And that armbar deals 1 damage to Brian Pillman and gains the Bulldog 1 momentum. And as his defender's compensation, Brian Pillman will regain 1 stamina. Oh, and now it looks like the Bulldog is going to follow up with a massive crossbody. Oh, but what's this? It looks like Brian Pillman's injured. He's clutching his throat. He's gasping for air. Oh, can't you see, Tug? He's clearly faking that injury to put the Bulldog off guard. And the fake injury ability will allow Brian Pillman to regain the initiative, and it applies a -1 target roll modifier to his next attack. Oh, a very smart move by Pillman, putting the Bulldog off and allowing him to regain the initiative. And now, Pillman goes for a missile drop kick, costing him 2 stamina, and because of that fake injury ability, he's only going to need a 3+ to hit with this. Oh, but Brian Pillman is struggling to line up that missile drop kick, so Brian Pillman discards his kick to the gut to re-roll his attack die. Oh, but the Bulldog pulls down the top rope, and Brian Pillman goes sailing to the outside. What a reversal by the Bulldog. And even though Brian Pillman scored a 5, the British Bulldog rolled his NPC reversal, which uses up 1 charge from his NPC reversal ability. So that reversal deals 1 damage to Brian Pillman and gains 1 momentum for the British Bulldog. But more importantly for the Bulldog, he regains the initiative. Oh well, that might just have been some clever tactical thinking by Brian Pillman, sacrificing this move to wear down the Bulldog's defences. Well, you could be right there, Tug. Brian Pillman is certainly a cunning competitor. And Brian Pillman lands hard on the outside of the ring. And as Brian Pillman gets back into the ring, the British Bulldog sets him up for a sit-down powerbomb. And because Brian Pillman is so unpredictable, that signature sit-down powerbomb is going to have its target roll increased by 1, meaning the Bulldog needs a 5+ to hit with this. Oh, and the unpredictable Brian Pillman escapes that sit-down powerbomb as he draws a 1, and Pillman regains the initiative, but he is just going to take a moment to rest, which allows him to draw another card, getting him the Air Pillman. And as the Bulldog capitalizes, he looks to set Pillman up for a delayed vertical suplex. And that's another signature move by the Bulldog, which means Brian Pillman's unpredictability is going to cause it to have +1 to the target roll, meaning he needs a 5+ to hit. Oh, and that unpredictability by Brian Pillman is really saving his bacon as he gets out of the way of that suplex, and once again gains the initiative. And the Bulldog really struggling to predict what Brian Pillman will do here. Oh, and he catches the Bulldog by surprise, setting him up for a DDT. And that's going to cost him 2 stamina, but he needs a 5+ to hit. Oh, but Pillman is really struggling to get that DDT set up, so he discards his Irish Whip to re-roll the attack die. Oh, and he gets a 5. But the Bulldog is determined to fight out of this as he tries to adapt. Oh, and if either Pillman or the Bulldog had 5 momentum, that would increase the target roll by 1. But lucky for Pillman, neither of them do. Oh, and Pillman lands that DDT, smashing the Bulldog's skull right into the mat. Oh, did you feel the ring shake there, Stats? What a brutal DDT. I think that's it. I think the Bulldog is out cold. And that deals a whopping 4 damage to the Bulldog. And now Pillman hooks the leg, going for the pin. And the British Bulldog is only going to get 2 chances to kick out here, as he's at low health. 1, 2, 3. Oh, and that's it. It's over. Pillman pins the Bulldog.
Ladies and gentlemen, your winner of this Golden Ropes Silver Bracket match, the Loose Cannon, Brian Pillman.
And Brian Pillman will advance to the finals, the Golden Bracket, to face Kurt Angle. Oh, and what's Pillman doing now? Oh, he's coming over here. And he's taking Matilda, the British Bulldog's dog. What is this sick human being going to do with that dog? What do you mean, Stats? Brian Pillman just wants a new pet. He is a very caring individual. And you know what? I heard the British Bulldog doesn't even take Matilda for walks. I don't think that's true. I think the British Bulldog loves that dog. Oh, and what's this? Now Andre the Giant's girlfriend Scarlett is making her way out to the ring. What's she doing here? It looks like she's congratulating Pillman on another victory. And oh good lord, she's exposing her card back. My word, I can see her entire moveset. Cover your eyes, Stats. This is not the kind of thing that should be seen on television. Thank the Lord we aren't on television. That's right, Stats. We're over on YouTube, and you can subscribe for all the latest WhackDown action. Oh, and now Scarlett is leaving with Pillman. You know Andre the Giant is watching this, and he must be furious. Well, Brian Pillman may have added another member to his growing team. But has he made an enemy of the 8th wonder of the world? Well, what an incredible end to tonight's episode of WhackDown, as Brian Pillman secures his place in the finals of the Golden Ropes tournament, and also finds himself a new lady friend. You mean steals Andre the Giant's girlfriend? What an absolute sleazebag Brian Pillman is. Scarlett is a grown woman, Stats. She can spend time with whoever she wants. Andre the Giant doesn't own her. Well, no, he doesn't, but still, Brian Pillman is still a sleazebag. Oh, stop your belly-aching, Stats. Just because you have no charisma with the ladies, Brian Pillman is a real Prince Charming. Well, that's all the time we have for WhackDown tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for watching, everybody. Good night.